What's going on, guys? This is Mike Reed here, and I'm back again today with yet another toy review by yours truly. So today we got another Beyblade review, and part 2 of my Beyblade review that I did earlier today, which, at least at the time of this recording, was a Pro Series release. Go check that out if you haven't already. I'll link that in the description so that way you guys can check out part 1 of this review. But for part 2, we're going to be taking a look at Beyblade Burst Surge SpeedStorm Kolossal Helios H6. This was released in Japan under the name King Helios, which has obviously been changed because King Kirby is a success for Hasbro. And of course, they didn't want the names to clash or anything, so they changed it to Kolossal. Oh, God. And spelled with a K. Nice. Anyway, so besides that really stupid name, at least to me it's a stupid name, we got the logo right there. Beyblade Burst Surge SpeedStorm. We have the Beyblade itself, King Helios, or Kolossal Helios. For the minute of I'm just going to call him King Helios because, again, the Hasbro name's stupid. So, at least in my opinion, it is. So, we have King Helios right there. Looks very, very nice. And that sort of color scheme we got going on there. Kind of reminds me of the Target logo, oddly enough. And then we have, of course, that Sat Sap himself, Spirit Olahan, getting destroyed yet again. All F's in the chat for this, poor Sat Sap. But anyway, and right at the bottom there, we would have the Beyblade on the right, and then we have the launcher on the left. So, there you go. And again, the launchers are all the same. I just don't show them because, of course, they're all the same, and that just hogs up valuable review time. So, taking us right there, we have the Super King chip, or Storm chip. We have the ring, sorry. I was thinking of GT again. We have the chassis disc right there, and then we have the driver. Really, really nice. Next here, we have the fused attack power, which of course is a reference, which is basically referencing, hey, this has a chassis disc, you know? And then we have the stats, which again, don't bother reading these because they're rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Getting that box out of here. So, and yes, I did actually toss the box off camera, so if anybody's wondering, oh, did you really toss it off camera? Yes, I did, and you could have heard it drop, but anyway. So, that's that. So, let's get started with the Beyblade, of course, starting with the Super King or Storm chip, which is Helios. And again, looks very, very nice with this sort of red, white, and this red, white, and gold and blue color, so somewhat patriotic looking. Very, very nice. And on the back here, we have the QR code to scan into the game, and looks very much like Helios, which I guess makes sense considering, not Helios, Hyperion in terms of the color scheme, because as you guys know, his sort of color scheme is red, gold, and a bit of blue. So that works. He matches the Japanese version color scheme of Helios. Well, actually, not Helios, Hyperion. I keep mixing them up. But anyway, for comparison, let's compare this quickly to the Takara Tomy release, or at least the original color version of Helios. So, very, very nice. Flip those suckers around right there, as you can see. Clear differences right there. Very, very nice. And then next, we will compare this to the Hasbro Super Hyperion H6. You guys can see how those two look together. And lastly, we will do Super Hyperion, the Japanese version of Super Hyperion next to them. So you can see how those two look together. Very, very nice. So there is Helios. Very, very nice piece right there. Next, we get the ring, which is Kolossal, or King. So, very, very nice ring. This is, of course, he is balance types, so very nice sort of 5-bladed design. Of course, the lack of details are pretty obvious. There's no stickers on the 5 blades or stickers on the blades in between. Well, the prongs are different as well, or the sort of piece that holds the blade together. So again, for a quick comparison, here it is next to the Japanese King ring. So you guys can see how those two look together. Very clear differences right there. So there you go, guys. That is King, or Kolossal. Very, very nice. Next, we're going to take a look at the chassis disc, which is 1B, 1 balance. Now, again, we did see this disc again on Death Diabolos, or Demised Devilos. So this time now it's in this sort of clear purple, and of course it's over for the metal. So very, very nice. And again, clear differences are clear when we bring in the actual Japanese chassis, the proper one, which is a double chassis, by the way, so you guys can see the clear differences between the two pieces. So again, just now, thankfully the gimmick with the Japanese version is the same with Hasbro's, where if you line up the disc properly with the, well, not properly, but if you line it up differently, like if you line up the spikes in a different formation to the way the ring is, then it will change the mode it's in. So it has two modes. It has the 5-blade mode and the 10-blade mode. Of course, it's not that much of a game changer for the Hasbro release, but it is still in there, so I'm glad they kept that gimmick in. So that's real nice of them. There you have that. One balance. And lastly, we have the driver, which is Zone SpeedStorm. Now, for some reason, that was kind of tight when I was moving it around there. So, but of course, over time, I might have to, that'll just naturally loosen up, I guess. So again, the whole gimmick with Zone is that the free spinning plate is there, and this would normally be a cone shape. But on this release, it for some reason flattens, so that way it moves around a lot more in the SpeedStorm Stadium, and it has a ridiculous amount of SpeedStorm metal on it. So, this thing's going to be a heavy boy. And again, for a quick comparison, here is the Japanese Zone driver, which you can see clear differences right there of the two drivers. And then next we're going to compare this to the Hasbro Zone drivers. You can see how similar they are. Zone SpeedStorm metal. And this time it's in blue, which is nice, even though the Japanese is supposed to be red. And speaking on that, here is the Japanese Exceed. You see how that works? That wasn't a planned transition, but it'll do. So you have the two right there. Very, very nice. And again with the rubber, this one does not have rubber, and neither did it have it in the Japanese, so that's nice. So there we go. There we have that. So once we put our parts together, which we'll start off with the chip in the ring, just snap that together. Then we can just take the driver, take the disc, and then just slap them together. There we go, guys. There you have Kolossal or King Helios. Very, very nice. And again, these slopes on this guy, very, very tight. Gotta give it to Hasbro for making the slopes nice and tight on these new releases instead of making them wimpy like they did back in what was it, Chozi and GT somewhat. GT was a bit better, but Chozi was awful. The slopes on those were just garbage. So again, guys, for some comparisons, we're going to be doing some Japanese releases, and then we're going to be doing some Hasbro releases as we do. So very, very quickly, we're going to bring out the Japanese King Helios, so you can see how those two look together. Very, very clear differences with the two bays. Obviously, this one's going to be a lot heavier than this one is, but it's still a good bit heavy, so that's nice. For that. Then next we're going to bring in the Japanese Super Hyperion, if I can actually put them back together. Yes, they're still all in their separate parts in the background. Just got to put them all back together, if I can actually do that. And there we go. So there you have Super Hyperion right there. So you guys can see how those two look together. And then next, we'll compare it to the Hasbro Super Hyperion H6, or just Super Hyperion for simplicity's sake. So there you have the two brothers together. It's so nice to see these two, actually. King Helios, Super Hyperion, because if you guys have managed to forget, which for those who aren't dedicated fans like myself, I can totally understand you guys forgetting, but these two are brothers in the anime. These two are actually brothers. And you can tell just because of the designs, the chips are basically the exact same, just flipped and slightly modified. So that way they're not complete clones of each other. But again, it's really nice to see the two brothers together, finally reunited in Hasbro form. Very pleasing to the eyes. Oh, jeez, almost took the wrong bay off screen. Next, we'll bring in Raid Luinor, along this, for comparison. So now we got the two left spin Beyblades together. Really, really nice. There you go. Next, we will bring in, let's go with Glide Ragnarok, who is actually my first Surge SpeedStorm Bay for Hasbro. So what a way to start, you know? Start off with the stamina type. So that we haven't seen in like a long time. And by long, I mean like Chosy 2018, long time. So, and of course he's coming back in the new season in the form of Cyclone Ragnarok. But of course that's a random booster prize. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for Hasbro's lazy bum to actually start pumping those bays out. The new season, whenever that's gonna be. But anyway, enough of my fanboy ranting. Let's move swiftly back into the comparisons here with Brave Ragnarok, so you guys can see how those two look. Very, very nice. Actually, I have it on screen. There we go. Next, we will bring in, if I don't bump into the camera, Spirodillihan, the poor sap that's so weak he just keeps getting wrecked in all the box arts. So that's fun. So yeah, the two together right there. I have no idea why they promote Spirodillihan that much. I mean, he's a cool bay and all, but like Hasbro. Just level with me for a second. Why are you promoting this guy so much? What's your weird fascination with this bay? But anyway, or maybe it was just, I don't know. That's just weird that they just promote that design over, like, I don't know, Valkyrie or something. Anyway, and then lastly, we're going to bring in, not lastly, but second to last, but we'll bring in Death Diabolos. So that way you guys can see how those two look, or Demise Devilos. Very, very nice. And then lastly, we'll bring in Chosy Valkyrie. Chosy Achilles for comparison here. This is the Pro Series version. Very, very nice. So that way you guys can see how those two look together. But, alright guys, and as soon as I pick up the box, we'll start doing the outro here. But that has been my review on Beyblade Burst Surge SpeedStorm Kolossal / King Helios H6. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed these videos, enjoyed these tour reviews, please make sure to drop a like on these videos, subscribe if you're new, and ring the notification bell so that way you guys get notified for all uploads. And just to quickly just pose a question to you guys, and I will be checking the comments for answers on these ones more so than I do usually. But I just want to ask you guys for a second. You know, do you enjoy the tour reviews? Do you really enjoy them? I would presume most of you don't. But for those who do or don't, let me know in the comments. Do you guys enjoy these tour reviews or not? Do you want me to stop doing these, or do you want me to keep them going? So, and I know that most of you in the comments are going to say, oh, that's really up to you. You should, if you want to do it, do it. If not, not. But at the same time, I don't want to keep doing these tour reviews, guys, if you guys aren't going to watch them or enjoy them. So, that's why I'm asking. If I didn't care, I wouldn't have asked. But anyway, enough about that. So, that's been the review. And with that, I shall be off then. So, later, Read Squad, and have a good one.